Each year, the buffalo farming industry produces tens of millions of tons of meat and more than 20 million tons of milk, becoming a vital link in the global food supply chain. Beyond its nutritional value, buffalo milk serves as the foundation for many premium products, especially world-renowned cheeses. Behind these massive figures is a highly organized system, where every stage is carefully controlled to optimize both production and quality. The process begins at the farming stage, where nutrition plays a decisive role. Every day, farmers harvest fresh grass and combine it with supplements such as straw, sugarcane residue, and bran to create a balanced diet. This mix not only maintains the animal's health but also directly influences the quality of both milk and meat. Typically, each buffalo is fed 2 to 3 times per day, with a total ration ranging from 25 to 30 kilograms. When female buffalo reach the reproductive stage, milk production begins, usually around the 3rd or 4th year. This is a critical phase, as both yield and quality depend on genetics as well as care conditions. To improve efficiency, modern farms use automated milking systems, especially rotary platforms with multiple positions, allowing several animals to be processed simultaneously while maintaining consistent output. At the same time that milk is collected, buffalo meat is processed through a separate production line with multiple stages. After being transported to the facility, the body goes through an initial phase where the surface is cleaned and a general inspection is carried out before separation. At this stage, skilled workers divide each section following the natural structure, ensuring the quality of every cut is preserved. Next comes the detailed processing stage, where the meat is separated into lean portions, firmer sections, and bone structures for different uses. Cuts are made according to technical standards to optimize both the shape and commercial value of each piece. Afterward, the meat passes through a rapid cooling system that stabilizes its structure and helps preserve freshness before packaging. In the final stage, buffalo meat is sorted by size, quality, and intended use, then packaged under strict temperature-controlled conditions. Some portions are supplied directly to consumers, while others move into more advanced processing lines. Thanks to its high iron content and low fat levels, buffalo meat is increasingly featured in modern food products, meeting evolving nutritional demands. Meanwhile, the collected milk is rapidly cooled and transported to the processing plant for inspection. This step acts as an initial filter, ensuring that only raw materials meeting strict standards continue into production. Once approved, the milk undergoes pasteurization, removing harmful bacteria while preserving its natural flavor. Under controlled temperatures and enzyme action, the milk begins to transform, forming curd, the essential base for cheese production. The curd is then processed to separate the whey through stirring or natural drainage. This stage determines the final texture, as elasticity and softness depend directly on how the curd is handled. After shaping and processing are complete, the cheese is preserved through vacuum sealing or brine storage to retain moisture. The final product features a smooth, creamy, and stretchy texture, and is then distributed to supermarkets, restaurants, and consumers across different markets, maintaining its quality throughout the supply chain. From farm to factory, the entire buffalo meat and milk production process forms a tightly connected system linking farming, technology, and quality control. Each stage contributes to creating products that are both highly nutritious and economically valuable on a global scale. If you find this process interesting, don't forget to leave a comment and follow for more fascinating production stories. Why is crocodile leather considered one of the most luxurious materials in the fashion world? From exquisite handbags and handcrafted shoes to high-end accessories, every piece of crocodile leather carries a unique value. Its durability, distinctive scale patterns, and rarity have made it a symbol of elegance. But behind these luxury products lies a tightly organized farming and processing industry. So what exactly has turned crocodile leather into the soft gold of the global luxury industry? Crocodiles are among the oldest reptiles still living on Earth. They appeared millions of years ago and have changed very little through evolution. With thick skin made of hard scales and one of the strongest bite forces in the animal kingdom, crocodiles are formidable predators in nature. Most of them live in freshwater habitats such as swamps, rivers, and lakes, where they can remain hidden beneath the water while waiting for prey. Today, to meet the demand for high-end leather, many countries have developed large-scale crocodile farms. Enclosures are built with strong high walls for safety and usually include a central water pool and dry areas where crocodiles can rest and bask in the sun. The pools are typically 50 to 100 centimeters deep, allowing crocodiles to move easily and regulate body temperature. The enclosures are also divided by age groups, such as juveniles, adults, and breeding crocodiles, making management easier and reducing conflicts between individuals. During the breeding season, female crocodiles dig nests in soft soil or sand to lay their eggs, then cover them with sand for protection. In the wild, the mother usually stays nearby to guard the nest, so collecting eggs on farms must be done very carefully, often early in the morning or at night when the mother is less active. After being removed from the nest, the eggs are cleaned of mucus and placed into incubation trays filled with sand or moisture-retaining materials. The incubation temperature is typically maintained between 29 and 34 degrees Celsius, and the eggs hatch after about 65 to 90 days. When the eggs begin to crack, farmers monitor closely and may assist the hatchlings if necessary to ensure they emerge safely. After hatching, the baby crocodiles are moved to separate tanks with clean water and stable temperatures. At first, they are fed small fish or minced meat to make digestion easier. This early stage is very important because the young crocodiles are still weak. As they grow, their diet gradually changes to larger food such as chicken heads or fresh meat. Since growth rates differ, farmers usually separate crocodiles by size to prevent larger ones from overpowering smaller individuals. Although crocodiles have powerful digestion and can eat large meals, feeding must be carefully controlled to avoid triggering aggressive behavior. After about 2 to 2.5 years of farming, crocodiles reach the appropriate size for harvest, when their skin has the best quality for the leather industry. In many modern farms, the handling process follows strict procedures to ensure worker safety and product quality. After being transported to processing facilities, the crocodiles undergo a careful skinning process. Technicians cut along marked lines to separate the skin from the meat without damaging the natural scale pattern. This step is critical because the value of crocodile leather depends greatly on the perfection of the scales. The meat is then processed separately, washed, cut into portions, and packaged for the food market. In many cuisines, crocodile meat is considered a unique ingredient with a distinctive flavor. Meanwhile, crocodile skins go through a much more complex treatment process. After cleaning, the skins are tanned, chemically treated, and dyed to create soft leather while preserving the natural scale structure. These prepared skins are then sent to workshops where artisans craft them into handbags, wallets, watch straps, and other luxury accessories. Each crocodile leather product goes through many meticulous handcrafted steps, from selecting the most beautiful scale sections to cutting and stitching. The combination of rare material and skilled craftsmanship has made crocodile leather a symbol of luxury. If you find this content interesting, please like and subscribe to see more fascinating videos. See you again.
On steep cliffs deep in the mountain forests, honey hunters hang suspended on thin ropes. Beneath them lies a deep void, while thousands of bees swarm densely around massive honeycombs. A single slip or a strong gust of wind could send them falling hundreds of meters. Yet for experienced honey hunters, this dangerous scene has become a familiar part of their work. It is considered one of the most dangerous natural harvesting jobs, where humans confront wild nature directly to collect precious drops of honey. Wild honeycombs are often extremely large and hang beneath cliff faces or high tree branches. A single comb can be more than a meter wide and weigh dozens of kilograms. Inside each hive, tens of thousands of bees live and guard their valuable honey.
Wow.
These wild honeybees are known for their strong defensive behavior. When they sense vibrations or threats, the entire swarm can emerge and cover the surrounding area. For this reason, approaching these giant hives is always a serious challenge, even for experienced honey hunters. The wild honey harvest usually takes place twice a year when forest flowers bloom the most. The first season typically runs from March to May, while the second lasts from September to November. During this time, bee colonies are strongest and the hives contain the greatest amount of honey. Each harvesting trip may last from several days to an entire week. Honey hunters usually work in teams so they can support one another during travel and harvesting. Before beginning the journey, honey hunters must prepare all necessary equipment. Strong ropes and long rope ladders are the most important tools, allowing them to climb tall trees or descend steep cliffs. Anchor points are carefully checked to ensure the ropes can support heavy weight. They also bring bamboo or woven baskets to collect pieces of honeycomb after they are cut down. Sharp knives or long sickles are prepared to cut the comb quickly and accurately. To approach the hive without provoking a violent attack from the bees, hunters use a traditional smoke method. They carry bundles of dry leaves, grass, and hot embers to produce thick smoke. When smoke spreads around the hive, the bees often leave temporarily. This allows the hunter to approach more easily. They also use long bamboo poles to maintain distance from the hive while working. After preparing their equipment, the hunting team begins traveling deep into the forest where the hives are located. There are no paved roads or wide paths, only narrow trails covered with damp leaves. Sometimes they must cross small streams or climb slippery rocks. Large tree roots rising above the ground make movement even more difficult. After hours of moving through rugged terrain, they finally reach the area where giant honeycombs hang from cliffs or tall branches. When they reach the hive, one hunter ties a rope around his body and slowly descends the cliff using a rope ladder or climbs a tall tree. Bundles of dry leaves are burned to produce smoke that pushes the bees away from the hive for a short time. Once close enough, the hunter uses a long sickle or sharp knife to cut the honey-filled section of the comb. Large pieces of honeycomb are then lowered into baskets held by people waiting below. After the honeycombs are brought to the ground, the honey processing begins. The combs are usually gently crushed or pressed through a clean cloth to extract raw honey. The honey is then filtered several times to remove wax and impurities. After filtering, the honey is left to settle naturally for 24 to 48 hours. Finally, it is poured into clean glass or plastic bottles for storage. A bottle of wild honey may look simple, but behind every drop is a dangerous journey. Hunters must hang from cliffs while facing swarms of bees and rugged terrain. Their courage and experience bring the forest's liquid gold to people. The Gulf of Mexico has always hidden deep mysteries. But on what seemed like a very peaceful morning, the surface of the sea suddenly turned a frightening shade of red. On the deck of the boat, shouts rang out, not out of fear, but because of a sight so astonishing that even the most experienced fishermen stood frozen in disbelief. Hundreds of thousands of red snappers suddenly surfaced at the same time, rushing into containers and spilling across the deck, forming a vivid and chaotic red waterfall. The sound of fins striking metal, the deck vibrating under the weight, everything blended into a powerful roar that made the entire vessel seem to tremble in the middle of the ocean. Adult red snapper typically weigh between 4.5 and 13.6 kilograms. Their long bodies, golden orange eyes, and bright red scales make them stand out among any school of fish. They usually live at depths ranging from about 9 to 60 meters, especially around coral reefs. Many schools also gather around shipwrecks or underwater structures where they can hide and hunt for prey. However, their striking appearance is only part of the story. Red snapper are actually one of the most valuable commercial fish species in the United States. Fishermen often affectionately call them the red gold of the ocean. For many coastal communities, this fish brings enormous income every year, making each fishing trip a precious opportunity.
Because
just beneath the surface, the schools of red fish begin to swirl. The water foams as if a small whirlpool is slowly forming. The anglers simply need to keep the right rhythm. Drop the bait gently, give the rod a precise jerk, and reel in at the perfect moment. When the bait falls directly into the center of the school, everything happens almost instantly. The timing also coincides with the season when red snapper feed aggressively, attacking almost anything that moves in front of them. The result is a rare spectacle. More than 100,000 red snappers are pulled onto the boat in a single morning. As soon as the red snappers are brought onto the deck, processing begins immediately like a perfectly coordinated sequence of actions. The fish are quickly transferred into a chilling system where their body temperature is lowered close to freezing within minutes. As the number of fish piling up on deck continues to increase, the crew must work in precise coordination to sort them. The largest fish, with firm and powerful muscles, are placed directly into deep ice containers. Smaller ones are separated for later processing. While the deck remains covered with fish, the fishing rods continue working without pause. Inside the cabin, the captain carefully monitors radar and current sensors to ensure the boat stays directly above the concentration of fish. When the number of fish pulled up approaches the legal limit, he immediately signals to slow down the catch. Even though the school of red snapper remains dense beneath the vessel, they are still forced to stop. The sea only allows them a certain amount of fish, and those regulations must be respected. After the vessel returns to port, each fish continues through another stage of classification according to size and quality. Fish that are too young, scratched, or below standard are removed. The remaining ones are washed with sterilized seawater before moving to a modern vacuum packing line. Here, each bag or tray of fish is carefully vacuum sealed to prevent bacterial growth and extend shelf life. Inside the processing plant, the red snapper must pass strict quality control procedures. Each fish is weighed, measured, and graded into several categories such as standard, large, or giant. The color of the flesh, firmness, and freshness are all carefully inspected. Some fish are processed directly into premium products such as fresh fillets, whole frozen fish, or special cuts used for sushi. Many shipments are also packed according to specific standards for export markets. In addition, processes such as bone removal and microbiological treatment are performed on modern automated production lines. This ensures that the entire process meets international food safety and hygiene standards. Once completed, the boxes of red snapper are ready to be transported to major markets such as the United States, Japan, and South Korea. There, they appear in luxury restaurants, five-star hotels, and high-end seafood banquets. However, the ocean is changing, and the seafood industry is entering a new stage filled with challenges. The future of the iconic red snapper of the Gulf of Mexico has become more uncertain than ever. We can only hope that the ocean will continue to preserve treasures like the red snapper. But their future, like that of the ocean itself, remains something no one can predict with certainty. For many people, fishing is simply about casting a net and pulling it back in. But offshore, everything becomes far more complex. The ocean is constantly changing, forcing fishermen to rely on a mix of experience, technology, and careful observation to choose the right moment. It is this unpredictability that creates remarkable moments, where a small signal can lead to a massive catch in just minutes. Off the coast of Russia, a quiet morning quickly turned into a large-scale operation when sonar detected a dense signal beneath the water. Without hesitation, the vessel deployed a purse seine nearly half a kilometer long to surround an entire sardine school. Within minutes, the surface began to churn as tens of thousands of fish were forced into a tight space. As the net was hauled in, sunlight reflected off their silver scales, making the catch look like a moving stream of metal, and a single haul brought in nearly 40 tons of fish. In the waters of Northern Europe, herring travel in massive schools, requiring vessels to depend on sonar for accurate tracking. In one aerial observation, a school nearly a kilometer long was identified. After deploying the net, the vessel took almost an hour to retrieve it fully. When the net opened, thousands of fish spilled across the deck, thrashing over the wet surface. Although it appeared chaotic, everything was tightly controlled through the crew's structured and continuous workflow. In Alaska, fishing operations reach an industrial scale, targeting pollock, one of the highest yield species in the world. Trawl nets are lowered hundreds of meters below the surface and towed for hours. Once the winch system begins pulling them back up, the entire net rises together. As it opens, fish cascade onto the deck like a living waterfall, thousands of silver bodies pouring out amid roaring machinery and splashing water, with each haul reaching between 20 and 30 tons. Beyond Alaska, Russia's Far East operates on a similar scale. Vessels in the Bering Sea use radar and sonar to locate schools before deploying nets to the ocean floor. When the nets are retrieved, tens of tons of fish are brought on board within minutes. On deck, work continues without pause as crews rapidly sort and transfer the catch into freezing holds to preserve quality for the next cycle. In the North Atlantic, cod remains a primary target during long fishing expeditions. Fishermen use long lines stretching for kilometers, fitted with hundreds of hooks and dropped into cod habitats. After hours of waiting, large fish are hauled up one by one. On deck, there is no downtime as the crew quickly removes the fish and transfers them into storage, maintaining their commercial value. At the same time, many regions use bottom trawling and deep water traps to harvest species living near the seabed, such as black cod. Nets are dragged along the ocean floor, or traps are placed in deeper waters to hold the catch. When retrieved, the deck is quickly covered with dense loads of fish, requiring a steady rhythm of sorting and storage to keep operations flowing smoothly. In South America, the waters of Peru and Chile are known for massive anchovy schools. Although each fish is small, they move in millions, forming dense underwater masses. A single net can bring in 50 to 60 tons, quickly covering the deck with shimmering bodies under the sunlight. Off the coast of South Africa, a unique phenomenon occurs as billions of sardines migrate along the shoreline, attracting numerous predators. This is a rare moment when conditions align, and fishing vessels take advantage by deploying their nets. Within a short time, hauls weighing dozens of tons are pulled in, showing how nature and timing can combine to produce extraordinary results. These scenes happen every day across the oceans, even if they are not always recorded. For fishermen, each trip offshore is a balance between risk and opportunity, where skill, technology, and timing determine the outcome. If you found this interesting, Leave a comment and don't forget to follow the channel for more stories from the sea.
On the arid lands of Australia, millions of goats are raised in a remarkably different way, combining natural conditions with modern management. Rather than being confined to barns, they roam across vast grasslands, foraging for their own food and adapting to harsh environments. The journey of each goat, from birth to becoming an export product, is part of a tightly controlled system that has been optimized over time. Globally, the goat population exceeds 900 million, with the highest concentrations in semi-arid regions. India and China lead in total herd size, while countries like Nigeria and Pakistan also maintain large-scale goat farming operations. However, Australia does not compete in volume, but rather in quality and in its production system for export-oriented goat meat. In 2024 alone, the country processed more than 3 million goats, supplying over 119 million pounds of meat to the global market. With around 55% of the export market share, Australia remains the world's largest supplier of goat meat. This advantage comes not only from its suitable dry climate, but also from its ability to turn marginal land into an efficient livestock resource. In states such as New South Wales and Queensland, farms spanning thousands of acres serve as natural habitats for goat herds. They feed on grass, leaves, and shrubs, while farmers maintain control through large-scale fencing, patrols, and health monitoring. This model reduces feed costs, makes use of otherwise unproductive land, and is well suited to remote areas. The production process begins with breeding selection. Meat goat breeds such as Boar and Kalahari are favored for their rapid growth and strong adaptability. Breeding goats are selected based on physical condition, health, and reproductive performance. A single male can mate with dozens of females each season, and the gestation period lasts about 5 months. During pregnancy, female goats continue to graze naturally, but are supplemented with minerals and clean water. These seemingly simple factors directly influence the development of the young. In harsh weather conditions, shade structures or windbreaks are installed to protect the herd. Newborn kids are able to stand within just a few hours. In their first day, they must consume enough colostrum to build their immune system. This stage is critical, as poor management can lead to mortality rates of up to 10%. Weaker individuals are separated and given special care to ensure the highest possible survival rate. As they grow, the herd is clearly categorized by purpose: breeding or meat production. They continue grazing on natural pasture, supplemented with feed such as grains or agricultural byproducts. On average, each goat consumes between 1.6 and 4.5 kilograms of feed per day, and access to clean water remains essential for maintaining growth rates. Technology plays an increasingly important role in herd management. Many farms use electronic ear tags to track individual animals, from weight and vaccination schedules to overall health status. Monitoring is no longer based solely on manual observation, but is supported by off-road vehicles, herding dogs, and even drones for large-scale surveillance. Once they reach a weight of 25 to 35 kilograms, goats are ready for market, typically between 6 and 9 months of age. At this stage, the meat is at its best quality, tender, lean, and highly valuable. After health inspections, the animals are transported using specialized vehicles to minimize stress before processing. At processing facilities, operations are carried out quickly while strictly adhering to food safety standards. The meat is cleaned, graded, and packaged before distribution. Approximately 90% of the production is exported, with the United States as the largest market, followed by the Middle East and Asia. Goat farming not only generates economic value, but also contributes to vegetation management and reduces wildfire risks. Goats feed on shrubs and weeds, helping restore ecological balance and improve land conditions. From dry grasslands to dining tables around the world, the journey of goat meat represents a tightly integrated link between nature and technology. Australia has proven that even under the harshest conditions, with proper management, every resource can be transformed into a sustainable advantage. If you find this topic interesting, stay tuned to explore more stories about modern agriculture around the world.
The familiar ingredients on our daily dining table may seem simple, but behind them lies a meticulous and enduring harvesting journey. From the fields to the orchards, everything is carefully nurtured to reach perfection before it reaches you, and it all begins from the very first moments on the field. Red apples have long been a familiar symbol in culinary traditions, appearing in everything from fragrant baked goods to sweet apple preserves. On large orchards, the harvesting process is optimized with tree shaking technology. A massive white tarp is spread under the tree, and when the machine begins to operate, gentle vibrations cause the ripe apples to fall naturally, landing softly onto the surface. Everything is safely caught, without harming the structure of the tree. However, for premium apple varieties, human hands are still the decisive factor. The pickers stand on ladders, gently twisting each apple to detach the stem without damaging the smooth skin. The apples are then placed into a bag worn across the chest, allowing them to move nimbly between dense branches. This combination of machinery and skilled craftsmanship ensures that only the finest apples are selected. Moving on, Brussels sprouts are quickly transported from the fields to distribution centers, ready to meet the everyday demands of consumers. The roasted Brussels sprouts with bacon have become a staple dish in many households. To harvest this vegetable, farmers use semi-automatic equipment, sitting directly on the machine to quickly pull each plant from the ground. The long stems, filled with small, lush green buds, are left intact. Then, they are fed into a cutting system equipped with rotating blades, gently separating each bud without bruising them. These green gems fall onto a conveyor belt, where workers inspect and sort them before sending them to the processing plant for washing and packing. Next, broccoli, a common ingredient in everyday meals, is produced globally with an annual output of millions of tons. In the fields, harvesters move swiftly between rows, using sharp knives to cleanly cut the broccoli heads close to the base. They deftly trim along the long leaves to reveal the fresh, succulent florets inside. Each head of broccoli is then carefully placed into a plastic bin and quickly transferred to a transport vehicle. In modern farms, machinery has played an even larger role in this process. Automated harvesting systems can cut entire broccoli plants at once under the shaded canopy, significantly saving time and labor. Meanwhile, dragon fruit, originating from the arid lands of Latin America, has undergone a long journey to become one of the most important fruits in Asia. Today, the dragon fruit industry is worth billions of dollars annually. On vast fields, dragon fruit flowers bloom brightly under the night sky, before transforming into the bright red fruits. When harvest time arrives, each fruit is carefully selected, then sent through strict processing lines. From the field to the table, each dragon fruit carries with it a long journey of effort and technology. At the same time, pomegranates have gradually become a standout feature in cuisine, with their red seeds glistening like precious gems. Farmers cut each pomegranate from the branches and gently place it into a basket to avoid collisions. With years of experience, they can harvest dozens of fruits in just 1 hour. At larger farms, mobile conveyor belts are deployed across the fields. The pickers simply place the fruit onto the belts, and the system automatically transports them to the containers, optimizing the entire process. Not only harvesting, but technology is also changing the way crops are protected. If spraying pesticides used to be a job fraught with health risks, now drones have replaced humans in this task. These flying devices can evenly apply pesticides across large areas without direct contact. Before each operation, all data about the field area, plant density, and growth stage is calculated and pre-programmed. As a result, pesticide spraying has become more accurate, efficient, and safer than ever, marking a significant advancement in modern agriculture. Closing the harvesting process, amid the cool early-year atmosphere, the carrot harvest is taking place in the fields. The harvesting machine grips the green tops and gently pulls the carrot roots from the ground. Thanks to even pulling force, the carrots maintain their straight and beautiful shape. Immediately after being lifted, these bright orange carrots are transferred. The carrots are placed onto an inclined conveyor belt, where the initial cleaning process occurs, removing most of the dirt and remaining leaves. This is the first stop before these fresh carrots reach consumers.
On the arid lands of Australia, millions of goats are raised in a remarkably different way. combining natural conditions with modern management. Rather than being confined to barns, they roam across vast grasslands, foraging for their own food and adapting to harsh environments. The journey of each goat, from birth to becoming an export product, is part of a tightly controlled system that has been optimized over time. Globally, the goat population exceeds 900 million, with the highest concentrations in semi-arid regions. India and China lead in total herd size, while countries like Nigeria and Pakistan also maintain large-scale goat farming operations. However, Australia does not compete in volume, but rather in quality and in its production system for export-oriented goat meat. In 2024 alone, the country processed more than 3 million goats, supplying over 119 million pounds of meat to the global market. With around 55% of the export market share, Australia remains the world's largest supplier of goat meat. This advantage comes not only from its suitable dry climate, but also from its ability to turn marginal land into an efficient livestock resource. In states such as New South Wales and Queensland, farms spanning thousands of acres serve as natural habitats for goat herds. They feed on grass, leaves, and shrubs, while farmers maintain control through large-scale fencing, patrols, and health monitoring. This model reduces feed costs, makes use of otherwise unproductive land, and is well suited to remote areas. The production process begins with breeding selection. Meat goat breeds such as Boar and Kalahari are favored for their rapid growth and strong adaptability. Breeding goats are selected based on physical condition, health, and reproductive performance. A single male can mate with dozens of females each season, and the gestation period lasts about 5 months. During pregnancy, female goats continue to graze naturally, but are supplemented with minerals and clean water. These seemingly simple factors directly influence the development of the young. In harsh weather conditions, shade structures or windbreaks are installed to protect the herd. Newborn kids are able to stand within just a few hours. In their first day, they must consume enough colostrum to build their immune system. This stage is critical, as poor management can lead to mortality rates of up to 10%. Weaker individuals are separated and given special care to ensure the highest possible survival rate. As they grow, the herd is clearly categorized by purpose: breeding or meat production. They continue grazing on natural pasture, supplemented with feed such as grains or agricultural byproducts. On average, each goat consumes between 1.6 and 4.5 kilograms of feed per day, and access to clean water remains essential for maintaining growth rates. Technology plays an increasingly important role in herd management. Many farms use electronic ear tags to track individual animals, from weight and vaccination schedules to overall health status. Monitoring is no longer based solely on manual observation, but is supported by off-road vehicles, herding dogs, and even drones for large-scale surveillance. Once they reach a weight of 25 to 35 kilograms, goats are ready for market, typically between 6 and 9 months of age. At this stage, the meat is at its best quality: tender, lean, and highly valuable. After health inspections, the animals are transported using specialized vehicles to minimize stress before processing. At processing facilities, operations are carried out quickly while strictly adhering to food safety standards. The meat is cleaned, graded, and packaged before distribution. Approximately 90% of the production is exported, with the United States as the largest market, followed by the Middle East and Asia. Goat farming not only generates economic value, but also contributes to vegetation management and reduces wildfire risks. Goats feed on shrubs and weeds, helping restore ecological balance and improve land conditions. From dry grasslands to dining tables around the world, the journey of goat meat represents a tightly integrated link between nature and technology. Australia has proven that even under the harshest conditions, with proper management, every resource can be transformed into a sustainable advantage. If you find this topic interesting, stay tuned to explore more stories about modern agriculture around the world.